It was just after midnight in New York City when the gilded doors of the Plaza Hotel swung open. The Plaza, with its chandeliers, marble floors, and legendary reputation as a playground for the rich and famous, has always carried an air of mystery after dark. That night, however, it wasn't just the glittering facade that caught attention. It was the man who stepped through those doors. Outlander star Sam Heughan. Normally, Sam is the picture of calm when he appears in public. Tall, striking, and used to the attention of fans, he often manages to blend charm with discretion. But this time, his demeanor was different. He wore a dark cap pulled low, a heavy coat despite the mild evening, and he kept glancing over his shoulder as though expecting company, or trying to avoid being seen. Moments later, company did appear. A woman, tall and elegant, emerged at his side. She wore a beige trench coat, her hair falling forward like a curtain, shielding her face from the flashing bulbs of photographers waiting nearby. The paparazzi had been tipped off. They had staked out the plaza for hours, unsure if their gamble would pay off. But when Sam and the mystery woman walked into view, the night erupted into chaos. Cameras clicked furiously, voices shouted, and the bright bursts of light cut through the darkness like fireworks. Sam instinctively reached out, gently guiding the woman forward, his body angled protectively as they crossed the pavement toward a sleek black SUV idling at the curb. The images, though grainy, told a story that words alone could not. Sam leaning in close as the woman whispered something in his ear. Her hand briefly brushing his arm. The two moving in step, their pace quickened as though determined to escape the storm of attention. In one frame, Sam cast a sharp glance toward the crowd of photographers, his jaw tense, his eyes narrowing as if silently pleading for privacy. For those few seconds, New York City seemed to freeze. Tourists stopped to watch, cab drivers craned their necks, and hotel staff held their breath. Was this simply a celebrity leaving a hotel with a friend? Or was it the beginning of something far more sensational, a scandalous escape that would dominate headlines by morning? The SUV door opened, and the woman slipped inside first, her face barely visible in the shadows. Sam followed quickly, tugging his cap lower as he ducked into the car. A driver in a crisp suit shut the door behind them, and the vehicle pulled away smoothly, disappearing down Fifth Avenue. The entire encounter had lasted less than 2 minutes, but it was long enough for the story to take root. By the time the SUV vanished into the Manhattan night, the paparazzi were already uploading their photos. Within minutes, they hit social media. Hashtags like #MysteryWoman at the Plaza and #Sam Heughan Escape began trending, carried forward by thousands of eager fans dissecting every detail. Who was she? Why had they left together? And why the Plaza, of all places, the most iconic, most watched hotel in New York? On Twitter, reactions poured in. Some fans were thrilled, cheering at the thought of Sam finally having a romantic connection. Others were more skeptical, pointing out the lack of clarity in the photos. Could be anyone, one fan wrote. We don't even see her face. But the speculation only fueled the fire. Instagram accounts dedicated to Sam Heughan posted zoomed-in shots, analyzing the woman's profile, her hairstyle, her coat. YouTube gossip channels queued up late-night livestreams with dramatic titles. Sam Heughan's secret escape. Who is she? The sheer velocity of the rumor was astonishing. What had been an ordinary night at a famous hotel was now a worldwide talking point. Journalists scrambled to draft stories, attaching phrases like scandalous, secret, and unbelievable to the unfolding narrative. Some reports even claimed, without evidence, that the woman might be a fellow actress, or perhaps someone connected to Sam's charity work. Others leaned into the drama, suggesting the escape was a carefully orchestrated rendezvous meant to avoid prying eyes. Meanwhile, fans couldn't help but compare this sighting to Sam's carefully cultivated reputation for privacy. For years, he had avoided public entanglements, sidestepping questions about his love life with polite humor or outright silence. And yet here he was, caught in one of the most public places in New York, stepping out of one of its most recognizable hotels, and leaving in a way that only made the moment feel more clandestine. As the black SUV carried Sam and the mystery woman deeper into the city, it left behind more than flashing cameras and unanswered questions. It left behind a sense of intrigue that refused to fade. Why the secrecy? Why the plaza? And most of all, who was the woman at the center of it all? By dawn, one thing was clear. This was no ordinary sighting. It was the beginning of a story that would ripple far beyond Manhattan's glittering skyline, into headlines, fan forums, and endless speculation. And while the world debated what it had seen, the only certainty was that Sam Heughan had once again become the subject of a scandalous mystery, one that fans demanded answers to. By the next morning, the quiet midnight dash from the plaza had turned into a full-blown spectacle. Headlines across gossip sites screamed, "Unbelievable! Sam Heughan caught in scandalous escape with mystery woman." The photographs, blurry, overexposed, and inconclusive, were splashed across websites from New York to London. Within hours, fans found themselves in the middle of a debate that would dominate social media for days. The reactions were as divided as they were passionate. One corner of the fandom celebrated with glee. "Finally, Sam deserves someone special," a fan wrote on Instagram, attaching heart emojis to a repost of the SUV photo. Others chimed in with supportive messages, praising him for keeping his personal life private for so long. To them, the images represented happiness, proof that their beloved star might have found a meaningful connection after years of carefully dodging romantic speculation. But not everyone was ready to cheer. A second wave of fans voiced skepticism, pointing out that the photos revealed little beyond two people walking quickly into a car. "We don't even know who she is," one user argued. "This could be a colleague, a family friend, anyone." Their caution was fueled by experience. After all, Sam had been linked to countless women in the past, often based on nothing more than a casual photograph or a dinner out. Then there were the disappointed voices. Fans who admitted they felt unsettled by the idea of Sam being romantically involved with someone. Their reactions revealed the complexities of celebrity culture, where admiration sometimes blurs into a sense of personal attachment. For these fans, the images triggered an odd mixture of jealousy, protectiveness, and confusion. The tabloids, of course, wasted no time fanning the flames. Speculation about the woman's identity ran wild. Some outlets claimed she was a Broadway actress staying at the plaza while performing in Manhattan. Others insisted she was a model connected to one of Sam's endorsement deals. A few even suggested she might be linked to My Peak Challenge, his global charity initiative. Each theory was printed with dramatic certainty, though none could be confirmed. As the frenzy grew, Sam's silence became the loudest sound of all. He did not issue a statement, nor did he acknowledge the rumors on social media. Instead, his accounts carried on as usual. Updates about his upcoming stage role in Macbeth, promotions for his whiskey brand Sassenach Spirits, and the occasional gym photo. For fans looking for clarity, the silence was maddening. Some interpreted it as confirmation. If Sam wasn't denying the rumors, maybe they were true. Others saw it as his refusal to play into the gossip cycle, a way of protecting both himself and the woman involved. In truth, Sam's approach was consistent with how he had always handled his personal life. Over the years, he has been famously private, often reminding interviewers that while he values his fans, not everything can be shared. He once admitted that constant scrutiny made dating nearly impossible, since every dinner or outing risked being turned into headline fodder. The Plaza incident proved him right once again. How a simple walk to a waiting car could explode into an international scandal overnight. What the media rarely highlighted, however, was the human side of the story. Beyond the grainy photos and speculative headlines, there were two people simply trying to move through a city without being consumed by flashing cameras. Perhaps it was a romantic evening, or perhaps it was nothing more than two friends enjoying dinner. But in the public eye, the lack of answers created its own narrative, one that quickly grew larger than the truth itself. Among the noise, more thoughtful commentary began to emerge. Fan blogs and podcasts started questioning the ethics of paparazzi culture. Why do we demand answers about someone's private life? One podcaster asked. Why do we treat normal moments, like leaving a hotel, as proof of scandal. These conversations sparked a counter-narrative, one that reminded fans that Sam Heughan, beneath the celebrity image, is also a man entitled to privacy. And yet, the fascination persisted. The combination of the plaza's iconic reputation, the cloak and dagger timing of the late-night escape, and Sam's refusal to address the rumors made the story irresistible. For weeks, hashtags resurfaced, threads speculated, and fans replayed the same few images as though they contained hidden truths. In the end, the scandal said more about us than about Sam. It revealed the hunger for mystery, the thrill of speculation, and the fine line between admiration and intrusion. Whether the night at the plaza was the beginning of a love story or simply a coincidence will likely never be known. And perhaps that is exactly how Sam wants it. For now, the unanswered questions linger. Who was the mystery woman? Was it a secret romance, or just another rumor blown out of proportion? The only certainty is that Sam Heughan once again reminded the world of the paradox of fame. Adored for the characters he plays, scrutinized for the life he tries to keep hidden. And as the SUV disappeared into the midnight streets of New York, so too did the truth, leaving behind only speculation, fascination, and a reminder that sometimes the most unbelievable stories are the ones we may never fully unravel.